So it was right about this time that I realized that the trail is in a bad condition. I've only ridden it once before, and that was in the summer when it was very visible. While now leaves were down on the ground. In the beginning, you could see the grooves and the tracks. But as I progressed further, I realized that the trail is pretty hard to spot. And although there are arrows, there aren't as many arrows as I would have liked, and I started to get pretty nervous.
Alrighty. We are at CMRA, loop number 2. Mixed riding by myself today, so that's a little unnerving, but it is what it is. It is hella cold. It's about 40 degrees right now, if that, probably less. So we're not going to be breaking any speed records. I'm trying a new microphone setup. So I picked up the GoPro Media mod. I'm trying the rear microphone, which sounded pretty good to me in a test. So hopefully the audio is going to come up pretty good. Let me know. Oh, this trail is hard to see. Boy, these leaves are slippery. Whew. That was deep. I'm still warming up, both figuratively and literally. It is extremely cold. Gotta be careful not to miss the trail. It's only the second time I've ridden this trail right now, so I don't really know it at all. Just trying to figure out where we're going here. Oh, I see.
I was getting pretty nervous at this point because several times I already missed the trail, and this was only the first mile.
It's going to be a slow pace, I think. Yeah, not jumping that. It rained really heavily last night, or yesterday I should say. So there's a lot of mud under these leaves. Traction is not really there. Slipping pretty good. I think this is right. It's the one time where I'm hoping for a boring video here. Oh boy. before we were ourselves at. Maybe.
I don't like riding alone for this exact reason. If something goes wrong, you don't really have any help to get yourself out, and given that I was already getting lost a lot, this made me a lot more nervous.
Can't really feel my fingers, which isn't helping.
I saw the right arrow, but I could not see the trail, so this was another indicator that I was in a little bit over my head.
It's a rough day. I apologize for the slow speed, but these are kind of rough conditions.
This is where things got a little more hairy. I saw the arrow going forward and I saw the ribbons beyond it, but I didn't see where they went afterwards. And then I saw some arrows and ribbons down below, down the hill. So I figured I'm going down, but I wasn't 100% sure. So I backtracked a number of times to make sure that I should be going down the hill, because the last thing I wanted to do is go down a hill that I then can't come up for the wrong reasons. So this was probably a few minutes of turning around, double checking, and making sure I'm going the right way.
Understand.
At this point I decided to look down the hill. I saw the deep ruts in the mud, and I assumed those were the climbing ruts when the trail used to be reversed. And I did see some ribbons and some arrows pointing that way, so I figured, you know what, this is probably the right way, and if I can't make it back up, then I'm gonna spend the night in the woods. Yep, lost the trail again. I actually edited out a few times where I lost the trail prior to this, but as you can see, it's really hard to spot it in the leaves, and I keep kind of turning around to make sure I'm going the right way.
I cannot see the trail to save my life. A little unnerving. Yeah, we took the easy way because riding alone.
I didn't see any arrows in this part. I looked around, I could see a little bit of the trail, but at some point it was disappearing. I saw the groove going up, I assumed that was it, and given that I had no other choice, I decided to just go for it. this was another really confusing part. I remember riding this in the summer, and I remember that the arrow didn't point exactly to where you're supposed to go, but the ribbons were, except that now I couldn't really see the trail at all. You can see the log is worn out, and I thought that's where bikes were hopping it and going straight, but I explored the area later and I don't find the trail. Turns out the trail was actually to the right. I bet you guys are starting to see a pattern. When there were ruts and arrows that I could follow, the riding wasn't too bad, but a lot of the time all I had were tire tracks in the leaves, and when those disappeared, I was getting lost pretty easily. Right about now, I was regretting my decision to ride by myself, and I was just hoping to find an easy out. Come to the part of the trail that really made me regret riding alone. The arrow was pointing forward, so I thought I would see tire tracks in the leaves going straight, but I did not. The only tire tracks I saw were veering to the left, but then those were disappearing and I had nothing to go on. I went back and forth a couple times to try to find the trail, and I could not. Eventually I gave up and just decided to veer left and keep going until I could find something, and sure enough I eventually did find the trail. you'll see me coming up on mile marker number 7. By this point I was pretty worried about my progress and the number of times I've gotten lost. I came to this road and I thought maybe I could take it out, but I had no idea which direction to go and it was chained off on the right side. I saw the property to the left and I considered quickly maybe going over there to see if anyone's there and could direct me out. But this is hunting land and it was not hunting season, so I assumed it was abandoned. So for now I decided to go forward and keep going and to see if I can find an easy way out a little bit later. Right on mile marker number 8, I found another large forest road. Luckily this one was on my map and I figured out pretty quickly that it would take me out of the woods and onto the paved road that then goes towards the parking area I was parked at. It took me about half a second to realize that I shouldn't be out here alone, especially with the leaves on the ground the way they were. So I made the decision to take the easy out, follow the road out to the paved road, and then followed that back to the parking lot. Overall, I'm glad I did that because I had another 12 miles to go and I honestly have no confidence I would have found my way there before it got dark. Since it was really cold, I did not want to spend the night in the woods and I decided to call it there, and I was pretty happy with that decision. Riding with other people is much safer than riding by yourself, and I certainly prefer that. However, I like having the option of riding alone if that's all the weekend allows for. I've learned my lesson and I know next time to choose a trail I know a lot better, and ideally one that isn't as remote as this one at CMRA. This experience taught me that I'm not very good at riding alone. If I'm going to do so in the future, I need some sort of safety net. So I decided to purchase a Garmin inReach Mini 2, which is basically a GPS device with satellite communication capabilities, as well as an SOS feature, which would bring rescuers to my rescue in case I did something stupid like get lost in the woods. It's a feature I hopefully will never have to use, but if I do, at least I'll have it available. It's also nice to have the device on you when riding with other people in case someone gets hurt and needs to be rescued or airlifted out of the woods. In any case, I hope you guys learned a lesson from my mistakes. Remember, if you ride alone, be careful, know where you're going, and have some sort of exit plan ready in case something goes wrong. As usual, thank you for watching, and I hope to see you guys in the next video.